Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a challenge that I think pretty much everyone can relate to, finding that perfect new neighborhood. It's this whole process, right? You're scrolling for hours, getting all this conflicting advice, and you've always got that little nagging feeling in the back of your head that you're missing something really, really important. But let's stop for a second. What does the best even mean? Seriously, for you, maybe it's all about the school district. For your friend, it could be safety, or how easy it is to walk to a coffee shop. Or maybe it's just a vibe. The real question isn't what's the best neighborhood. It's how on earth do we find real answers to these super personal questions? So what do? You fire up your favorite search engine, you type in what you're looking for, and bam, you find it. A web page that seems to have the exact answer you need. You feel like you struck gold. This has to be it, right? The ultimate guide. So today, we're actually going to break down one of these exact web pages. We're going to take a close look at what it promises versus what it actually gives us. And I think, in the process, we're going to uncover a huge lesson on how we can all do our own research a whole lot better. Okay, so you click the link, you land on the page, and this is the first thing you see. A pretty standard navigation menu. I mean, you've seen it 1,000 times, right? You've got your About page, contact info, the big buy and sell buttons. It's functional for sure, but it doesn't exactly scream neighborhood guide. All right, on to section 2, decoding the web page. This is where things get interesting. This is where we have to manage our expectations and really find the lesson hiding in that gap between what we hoped for and what we actually found. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have what we were all expecting. Detailed neighborhood profiles, maybe some school rankings, reviews from actual people who live there. But then you look at what we really find, and it's just a bunch of navigation links and contact info. It feels less like a treasure map and more like, well, a site map. At this point, you are probably thinking the exact same thing I was. Okay, but where's the actual list of neighborhoods? Did I click the wrong thing? It can feel a little bit like a bait and switch, and honestly, it's kind of frustrating. But just hang on for a second. Because what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if we just completely reframe our perspective here? What if this webpage was never meant to be a prepackaged guide? What if it's actually something way more powerful? What if it's a toolkit? Let's dive into section 3, the hidden toolkit. Because it turns out, buried way down at the bottom of the page, there's a little section called Government and Local Resources. And folks, this is where the gold is. You can see it right there. There are 8, count them, 8 direct links to official city, county, and state resources just tucked away on this page. That's 8 powerful tools for your own investigation, not just some random person's opinion piece. And these links, they all lead to what we call primary sources. And what that means is you're not getting someone's spin on the data, you're getting the raw data itself. This is the real deal, direct, first-hand info, straight from the official source with no filter. So how can you actually use this toolkit? Well, just take a look at this table. Instead of reading some vague review about schools, you can go directly to the Knox County Schools website yourself. Instead of guessing about taxes, you can pull up the official property records. See? This is how you start answering your own questions with cold, hard facts. So really, it all boils down to this. This page doesn't just hand you a fish, it teaches you how to fish. It doesn't give you the answers, it gives you the tools to find them for yourself. And in the long run, that is so much more valuable. Okay, let's bring this all home in our last section, building your own map. We can take this huge lesson and turn it into a really simple but super effective process for doing our own research. Here it is, a 4-step playbook. Step 1. Start with a really specific question, like, what are the property taxes for this address? Step 2, find the primary source. That means going to the official tax assessor's office website. Step 3, connect that piece of data to other things, like school ratings or zoning laws. And finally, step 4, you draw your own conclusion. You become the expert on what matters to you. So, what we really learned today is that the best guide isn't some prepackaged thing someone else wrote for you. It's the one you build yourself, piece by piece, using sources you can actually trust. Yeah, it's a little more work, but the confidence you get from doing it that way, it's unshakable. So the only question left is, what will you discover?